Okay, let's go with the top 5 meta players in each position. The price have now changed. We're going to add 20% leeway in. So before anyone starts saying, oh my god, it's 125k, by the time you watch the video, it's probably even going to be less than 100k if you're watching, especially a few months down the line. But we'll go over top players under 100k. We're going to put Smith in. What a card. Even as a substitute, a lot of pro players are using her. She's one of my favorite cards. You know, with a hunter, she's arguably, you don't even need a hunter, to be honest. You probably get away with a hawk. But arguably with a hunter is the way I'll put her. Arguably one of the best strikers you can get gold cards. Probably there's only a few other cards than Mbappe's, the Vinny's that may trump her, of course. But she's definitely up there. And then we go with Haaland. Look, not a card that I would like to use. 93k only. We're literally 1 month into the game. But if you like the power shots and you like to score headers and you just want someone who can just make those runs in behind, he's a fantastic card to do. Better than getting his doing this scam of a card which costs like 700k. Let's not talk about that. Anyone who done this card, of course, basically got scammed. Then we go with Durant. Now let me tell you something, yeah. Shout out to Zell, yeah. I was using this guy, and for those you don't know, the power shot meta is very much there in the live. If you're part of the Patreon series, make sure you check out my power shot, my first time power shot videos as well, and my power shot tutorials. But this guy is unbelievable. If you know how to use power shots, this guy can literally be a god tier striker. Literally, with him and Son, this guy's smacking power shots, Son is smacking finesses. There's no one stopping me. No goalkeeper movement can stop this card. 17k, absolute peach of a card. Trust me, all you got to do, give the ball to him and just shoot. Yeah, I know he's got a 3-star skill moves, but for his role for first time shot, power shots, unbelievable. Banda we're going to put in, she's got quick step. Now, if you want a quick super sub, she's definitely a card to go with. Look, yes, I know she has 3-star, but again, she is actually an exceptional card. If you can link her together as a substitute, honestly, those stats are to die for. They put David in 5-star weak for a first touch play style. Look, I know he's an SBC. He doesn't have the skill moves, but if you're looking for an out-and-out striker, someone that can dribble, quick step, finesse, power shot, and first touch, he's definitely a card. Then we're going to move over to the cams now. There's not that many options with the cams. One option that I want to say, of course, an obvious one would be Donovan. If you're looking to get players on chemistry, and Donovan is a good card, otherwise Alvarez is a cheap option. We put Midema in. She's actually a very good card. Can be hard to link. I think, you know, with her, with Sam Kerr going in strike, I think Sam Kerr is probably the only other person that I may put instead in strike. I think she's still, we went over her last time, so I don't want to go over her again. But of course, she's one of the best strikers you can get for 100k, 30k now, absolute cheap. Then you got Foden, one of the best cams, technical sprint, ridiculous price drop, to be honest, if you're asking me. Absolutely insane. Who's only 20k now. Actually very, very cheap. It's actually really good. You know what? I might have to do some squad builders, 100k squad builder again, to see what you can get. Neymar, of course, goes in. What a card. 17k. Kvaratskhelia goes in just about 100k. Yes, you could technically go for this card, but good luck spending 209k for him. The inform is more than good enough. If you really got the money, you can go for the Trailblazer, but I don't know many people have Serie A teams. But for 5-star, 5-star, an amazing card. Diani definitely goes in. She can play the right mid role as well. So if you want to, for the wingers, you got the players like Swanson. You can also put on Pajor. She's got the informer as well. This is actually a very, very good card. If you've got the Bon Matis and the Alexis, you can Pati Guijaros, you need the links. Neymar, of course, can play on the left-hand side as well. Rodrigo, 24k, can also play as that top-tier meta striker as well. In fact, to be honest, if you're asking me, there's so many strikers to choose from. I tried to go for the non-obvious options. I'm sure you all know about, let's just say we decreased the price here to about 120. There's so many good cards you can literally go for. But like any one of these three, to be honest, would be good. But to find the players that have the exact stats, it's very, very hard. But look, these are some very cheap beasts if you really, really want to go for any of these cards. They are all very, very good. But of course, Rodrigo, what a card he is. He can play that role very, very good. Not only Rodrigo, to be honest, the only thing that really lets Rodrigo down is probably going to be that shot power. But for the fact of his price, you can't really complain too much. Then we've got Chiesa. He can play striker as well, but he can also play on the wing. Premier League, 40k only. Diaz gets in 6k. If you're looking for a cheap left wing and right wing, go with the Gabby Martinelli, one of my favorite players in real life, actually, and Diaz. Diaby comes in, especially with his rapid and quick step, and Rodman still makes the cut as well. 4K only. Do you remember when she used to be pretty pricey at 100K, and now she's just gone down? Dembele, one of the best cams inside the game, can also play the right hand side as well. Rafinha comes in as well, and then we move over to the centre mids cams now. I'm going to go to centre mids first because I think there's so many players. Sissoko, this new card, he can also play CDM, but I think as a centre mid, very good card. Long ball play style. Try to keep this video under 15 minutes because we've got so many cards to go through. Try to keep it under 10. That's hard as it is. Bellingham goes in. I think people say he's not that good. I think he's a very good card. I think for 100K, I know everyone's going to say he's a star card. He's the front cover. Should he be better? Maybe I would argue a bit better pace and defending, but I think he's still a fantastic centre mid, a very good centre mid. Play plus, technical sprint. Look, if he has some better play styles, he's definitely worth like 600-700K. But with his shadow, he's actually a pretty decent card. Was attacking with a hunter even better. Patry still goes in, one of the best cards, almost near to fodder price now. It's unbelievable how cheap some of these cards are. Then we got with Stanway, a new card. You probably knew about Stanway last year. She's got the pinged pass again. Welcome back. But as a sub, a 30K sub, she's actually an exceptional card. Looking for a cheap sub. Barella still comes in for the Serie A. Lise Malou makes the addition in. 84 defense awareness with a shadow. Tonali, oh my god. For 6K, this guy honestly was one of the best cards when the game came out. Can you imagine? One of the most all-rounded best CDM center bids with 83 defensive awareness, 86 sprint speed is only 6K. Never seen that in my entire life. Patty, of course, we know about. Stanway, Barella, they can all play the CDM role as well. We're going to put Williamson in, not as a center back, as a CDM, 5'7", too short. But for a CDM with the amazing defensive awareness, she's actually very, very good. And she's got the jockey playstyle as well. Terry, she comes in as well, 88 defensive awareness, another very, very good card with incisive passing. Thuram we all know about, but Thuram also makes the cut as well. I'm pretty sure his SBC is coming close to expiring, if I'm not mistaken, or if not expired already. I'm pretty sure it's well already expired. I'm pretty sure he is. Actually, let me double check this. I'm pretty sure he is. I think he's well. Does foot.gg show you? Let's have a quick look over here. What evolutions, SBCs. Well, we can't see him on the first page. So yes, he has expired. Listen, this guy here, unbelievable. You know what I've done with him? I've evoed him. So I've actually evoed him into the Brilliant Bombasta on one of my other accounts. What a card. Imagine this guy in CDM, yeah? 6'1" aerial. Look at all his playstyles. 85 defensive awareness, 91 sprint speed. This card can get upgraded. I've already put him in. What a card he is. And I've evolved him. Fantastic card. Honestly, absolute formidable card. Would I play her in left mid? No, not left wing. Left back only. But maybe I'm thinking, hang on, I'm just debating. Because she's actually got some pretty decent stats, you know. Could she play in left mid? Maybe she could, actually. Maybe she could. I think with the upgrades that she has, she could probably play like a defensive left mid. I wouldn't recommend it, but maybe like a wide player she could do. But as a left back, she goes in as being one of the best. DeMarco goes in as being one of the best as well. Di Lorenzo, of course, we know the Gustos, the Walkers, the Cadioglus. We're not going to go with that. Di Lorenzo is also a very good option as well. Robinson is a new addition, only cost 100k. Probably the best left back you can get in the Premier League. Part of the Cadioglu and the Udogis. But there isn't really any halfway point. Robertson's a bit too slow. But he is, with a shadow, an exceptional good card. Maybe we need to probably go with an anchor, to be honest. You know me. I'm always going to go like... I'm not saying... You know, you could probably even go with a Sentinel to get that defensive awareness up. But, you know me. I'm always going to go with a pace upgrade. But anchor would have been better. Scott goes in. She also gives a link to Sam Kerr. But she's the attacker win at ++. Mendy, of course. Pretty sure everyone's evolving him. We all know that. Hakimi goes in. Walker and Saliba. But before we come to Saliba, one honorable mention that I've already mentioned already is Llorente. His right back card, absolutely insane. How can we admit him? But he's definitely a card. I'm sure we all know about him anyway. Saliba, yeah, I know he's 160k. Maybe in a couple of weeks' time, I saw he dropped about 150. Then he went to 149 and he's gone up a little bit now. Maybe when this video comes out, it's about 140. One of the best centre backs you can get inside the game, 150k. Absolute steal. Rudiger, one of the best centre backs as well for La Liga. Bremer's another very good card. If you want a link to Bremer, you can go with the Tomori. For La Liga, you can get Koundé, Eder Militao, and of course, you can get the Rajos as well. One of the best underrated players. Maybe a right back, maybe a bit too slow, but he can definitely play that role. One of the best centre backs, again with Eder Militao. What a fantastic card he is. Alaba is like a cheaper option if you're looking for a La Liga centre back. In terms of Premier League, Van de Ven, a Tomori, for like Serie A, like price performance are amazing. Van de Ven, probably one of the best centre backs inside the game. If you're asking me in terms of Premier League, Saliba, Van de Ven, and maybe a Kanji, there isn't that many, maybe a Gvardiol. There isn't that many cheap options that are very good. Apart from the Van de Ven, of course, you just got to jump to that Saliba straight after. But Tomori, as I mentioned, with the Serie A, Bremer link as well, can get the job done. And just in case I shall come back to goalkeepers in a second. Then we're going to go over to overall goalkeepers now. Actually, I might talk about it now. There's actually a lot of goalkeepers you can choose. Everything has its use case. I think there's so many good ones. I think if you're asking me personally speaking, any of these on this page, have a quick look, is completely fine. But if I had to choose 5, Alisson would go in. Sometimes he's fraudulent. Other times he's amazing. There's no halfway point in between him. Courtois, one of the best. I really, really like with the rush out playstyle. I was going to say roll style for a second, but playstyle. Ter Stegen, probably my favorite La Liga because of the footwork. Maybe Oblak with the longer reach with the how Travers and stuff are going in maybe as a use case. Donnarumma goes in for League One. And Edison I prefer over Alisson with the long ball playstyle. Martinez is not a cheap option for the rush out if you don't want the Courtois and the links. And then we finish with Mainan. That would be literally 13 minutes, just about finished video. That'd be the best meta players you can get to each position. Look, we made a video on this, best meta players for all budgets. And then we made one under 50k. This one's under 100k. So I hope I gave you some players that you can quickly look at. I don't want to go over this too much because I've already gone through a lot of these players before. But let me know if you want to see more of this. Maybe I might do under 250k next. Maybe I might do 500k. Let me know what you want to see. Maybe best icons in each position. But we'll go over that. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, thanks for watching. Take it easy. And of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out, boys.